Arya Ghosh, who's a National Safety and Security Aviation and avionics analyst, is joining us on the broadcast. Arya, thank you so much for speaking with us. Prima facie, it looks like that there was one superfast train that got derailed. The coaches that got derailed went left and right, hit a goods train, hit another superfast train. That is how this worst tragedy has unfolded that we have seen in the last 2 decades. Primarily, what does the cause look like? I was discussing with earlier as well with another expert as to what are the possible causes of derailment of this nature. Because compared to, say, about 10 years ago, today, Indian Railways, our tracks management system is far more modernized. It's far more up to date.
Right. Thanks for having me on your show. First of all, before I, kind of discuss the technicalities, I would first of all like to, convey my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved and prayers for the departed souls. Apart from that, through your channel, I would like to appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister and the DG NDRF to activate Indian Air Force. To activate Indian Air Force primarily because of the reason that those that are injured, they would require, their renal trauma, and they would require their near and dear ones to be there, and that is imperative that the IAF organizes, arranges the temporary camps. And then the rail should look after the fooding and water, etc., for the relatives of the injured. That is a must. But to get those camps and all, it is as you said. The accident site is about quite 100 kilometers away from Kharagpur. So it is the IAF which can at the minimal time can organize the IF Mi-5 helis that can carry those camps, because there is no space in the hospitals. I was on another channel this morning, and I could see that under a kind of temporary structure, there are hundreds of bodies, dead bodies were piled up, and it was almost unbearable scene. And so this is the situation out there. So I would once again appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister and the DG NDRF to activate IF and organize these camps, particularly for those near and dear ones of the deceased. And
Raji, I think that's a very, very good suggestion you're making.
Yes.
God forbid somebody has to go through like this to look at a pile of dead bodies and to look for your loved ones. May you never have to go through that, but there would be many families who would be going through this hour of grief, and that is why this is a national tragedy. This is a tragedy in which we're all together. About 280 people who have lost their life, about 1,000 people who are injured. Murray was reporting some time ago that about 200 of them are still in ICU. Many of them could face a health situation where they would be affected for life. We pray for their speedy recovery as soon as possible. But how did this accident unfold? What exactly happened? As I said earlier, only a proper inquiry would tell us the details and a confirmed analysis of what transpired. But there are certain eyewitnesses' accounts which have been created. We've recreated this chain of events for you. What exactly happened? One goods train, 2 super fast train. How did this collision really happen? Here's an explainer.
Right. First of all,
I'll just play out an explainer, sir. I'll come back to you. Just allow me a second. We'll play out this explainer for our viewers. How exactly this collision really happened. Have a look. A very unfortunate tragedy that unfolded last night. More than 280 people have lost their lives. About 1,000 people are injured. How did this tragedy or this unfortunate chain of events unfold? Who exactly is responsible for this entire event? We'd get to know when there's an official report which is out. But eyewitness accounts, prima facie report and the railway bulletin tells us the story and the events as to how they unfolded. We've created these special graphics to tell you the story. This is the Coromandel Express. It was going, and these are the bogies. You can see this is the goods train that was parked there at the Bahanga Bazaar station where this entire incident unfolded. And this is the Yashwantpur-Havra Express, yet another passenger train, 2 superfast train. You have the Coromandel Express that derails, the bogies falls off the track, and another train which was the Yashwantpur Express that was on the tracks, there's this kind of collision really happened. There's no head-to-head collision that happened, but the derailment of these bogies of Coromandel Express, they collided with the other superfast trains, adding to this entire problem and further to this entire tragedy is this goods vehicle that was parked here. The bogies got hit by them, it added to the damage that was caused, and you know the hundreds of people who have lost their lives and thousands who have been injured. But that's the story. Whether this was a signaling error, whether this was about the anti-collision devices which could have worked properly, all of that is a subject matter of investigation. But once again, in these visuals, you can see the two superfast trains. You had the Coromandel Express, their bogies, which got derailed, got stuck. They collided with the bogies of another superfast train, and the rest of them collided with the goods train. That's how it happened. Why it happened and how this could have been averted is something we'll get to know in the days to come, in the hours to come. Well, that's how it unfolded. That's what we know so far. Why it happened. We know the how. We don't know the why so far. Why it happened, we'll get to know in some time. Some political voices on the story.
Irrespective of political parties, I request them come forward and help people who are in distress. I once again extend my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. I have to ask many questions to our great Prime Minister and also the Railway Minister. They have to answer why such things are happening and who is responsible for this.
एक हादसा हुआ, बड़ा दुर्भाग्यजनक बात था, लेकिन उसमें हम सभी लोगों की प्रयास से, यानी यहाँ के स्थानीय लोग, स्थानीय प्रशासन के अधिकारी, भारत सरकार की रेल विभाग, एनडीआरएफ, आर्मी, ये सभी लोगों ने मिलके इसको रिस्टोरेशन के काम पे लगे हैं। अनेक लोगों को स्थानीय अस्पताल में डाला गया है। अनेक बंधुओं की दुर्भाग्यजनक स्थिति में मृत्यु भी हुई है। उन सारे मृतकों के प्रति हम समवेदना जताते हैं। रेल विभाग की ओर से 10 लाख रुपया की राशि की अनुदान घोषणा किया गया है मृतकों के लिए। वो शायद 233 कहा था, फिर किसी ने भी कहा कि नहीं 260 तक पहुंचा है, या फिर उसके थोड़ा और भी आगे जा सकता है। लेकिन देखिए, अभी भी बहुत सारे रिस्टोरेशन काम चल रहा है।
एक टेंट का बंदोबस्त देखिए बंगाल से बहुत ज्यादा है और केरला से भी होगा, लगा बेंगलोर से भी हो सकता है, उड़ीसा भी हो सकता है। कोरोमंडल एक्सप्रेस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एक्सप्रेस। रेलवे में एक 20 शताब्दी का सबसे बड़ा इंसिडेंट है। लेकिन मैं जब रेल मिनिस्टर इधर में है तो मैं यही कहने चाहूंगा, आप देख लीजिए, इसमें एंटी कल्यूशन डिवाइस नहीं लगाया। जितना तक मेरे का जानकारी है, अगर एंटी कल्यूशन डिवाइस लगाता था तो वही इंसिडेंट नहीं होता। हमारा स्टेट का जो है 5 लाख करके हम देंगे।
Once again, thoughts and prayers with the families of all those who've been affected by this deadly accident that has claimed about 280 lives so far. With that, it's a wrap on this edition. Thank you for watching.